In its 76th edition, Farnborough Airshow is bigger than ever before, with 1,600 participants. With every major company, including India, HAL, and others, participating, the show has a lot of significance.
It was a memorable trip for us to Farnborough Airshow as Aviation World descended at Farnborough on outskirts of London.
Like always, the first 3 days of the show were reserved for business visitors from across the world. Several delegations from several countries met up with the people who had set up the displays over here and struck major deals.
This time with business deals worth 86 billion British pounds in 3 days and over 1,40,000 delegates and visitors, Farnborough showed that it was unrivaled in its unique intersection of commercial interests, national defense, and global politics. This year hosted 1,600 plus exhibitors who met with nearly 400 official civil, military, and space delegations from across the globe. High-level ministers, defense chiefs, and aerospace executives gathered under one roof, a reflection of today's complex geopolitical landscape. With global supply chains tight and international defense priorities rapidly evolving, the delegation count underscores a critical point. Aviation is no longer just about commercial passenger travel. It's about airspace sovereignty, next-generation military hardware, and cross-border strategic alliances. It was all on display at Farnborough. The new range aircrafts, unmanned aerial systems, drones, and combat helicopters. Farnborough serves as the neutral ground where global policy gets negotiated alongside multi-billion-dollar supply contracts. The display of the technologies, aircrafts in service, proposed jets and advancements like eVTOL left the world awestruck. While airlines are planning fleet expansion years into the future, DHL showcased how it wishes to recycle 20-plus years old jets to freighter. It displayed one such Boeing 777 at Farnborough. On the wide-body front, long-haul demand showed serious momentum. Boeing made strong gains with its 787 Dreamliner, booking major commitments from flag carriers. Airbus held its ground with key long-range A350 agreements, while regional builder Embraer emerged as a major winner, securing strategic E-jet orders across Latin America and Europe. We saw major flight and ground test milestones for hybrid electric systems, hydrogen concepts, and sustainable aviation fuel initiatives.
GE, one of the largest engine producers for aircraft companies across the world, has set up a flying test bed. While it's been in operation for several years now, at this Farnborough International Air Show, they showcased the flight test. We spoke to John Orman, the chief test pilot of GE, to find out what is the role of this flying test machine. First, another question is the fact that you're testing with alternate fuels as well, and how successful has been the project?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that question?
Are you testing hybrid fuels in terms of sustainability and emissions? What has been the result, success of that, or how different is the testing there?
One of our big announcements this year at Farnborough was the success of our hybrid electric demonstration that we did on a highly modified Saab 340. The intent of that test program is to mature technologies that are eventually going to go into our next generation of commercial turbofans. We're focused on sustainability at GE. We see that as the future. So there's 4 ways we're going to achieve that. The first is an open fan engine design that increases propulsive efficiency, a hybrid electric component to that engine that adds hybrid electric power, which also enables a compact core, a smaller core that will reduce drag and reduce weight. And then we combine that with sustainable fuels. All of that results in a step change in efficiency of our engines and improves or it highly reduces carbon emissions, making for not only an efficient engine for our customers, but a cleaner engine for the population of the world.
The fact that you told us that you do about 70 to 80 hours of flying test on each engine. Does that increase the confidence of the customer when they're buying these engines?
It does. We do very demanding testing on these engines. We do tests that push the margins of operability to ensure that we find out anything this engine on this engine that we don't want to find out in revenue service. It's our commitment to make sure these engines are completely safe for the flying public, and they can rely on this engine to get them home safely.
Well, so thank you, John Hoffman, for this wonderful information that you shared with us on the flying test bed. And I'm sure that this will continue to give every flyer a lot of confidence.
Second, defense and autonomy. Unmanned aerial systems, AI-driven defense platforms, and advanced fighter jet concepts drew massive crowds, highlighting how autonomous tech is reshaping the future of military aviation. India had a fair representation at the airshow with several new key players like Godrej, Tata standing alongside government-owned HAL. Several companies evoked special interest IB Indian skies given the growth potential of Indian aviation sector. Farnborough provided a vivid glimpse into the dual reality of aviation, raw tactical power on one side and eco-friendly urban air mobility on the other. So why does Farnborough continue to hold the crown as the biggest, most crucial event in aerospace? Because it isn't just a showcase of aviation, it is the biggest aviation biz event at Farnborough. Vijay Grover.